others to grow. Please welcome to the stage, Sarah Kay.
Hey everybody. Hello. So I wasn't gonna do this poem, and then there was a sitar player on stage.
I know, right?
I was like, thank you, John S. Hall. Thank you, John, a magical sitar player. So I'm gonna do this poem instead, because this is probably the only time in my life I'll get a chance to perform this poem with a sitar player. Yeah. Oh. I don't even need to say anything, you can just play for the full 5 minutes. I went to India and it changed my life, and when I came back, people kept asking me, what have you been up to lately? What have you been doing with your life? And there was so much I wanted to say, so I wrote this as a response to the question, what have you been up to lately? Lately I've been living with spiders. But as roommates go, they haven't been so bad. The one in the bathroom keeps to his side of the tile, and the one in the bedroom, well, he can get a little bit grabby, but for the most part, he keeps his hands to himself. I guess all those hairsprays and car engines finally caught up to us, because the pollution here is so bad. The sky glows orange from 5 p.m. all the way through night till morning. Some people think it's disgusting that you can wash off what you thought was a tan, but me, I can't help but fall in love with a city that has 15 hours of twilight. If I ever start a grunge rock band, I will name it Beautiful Pollution. Outside the city, the dark is so dark, it is easy to forget which day is Tuesday. But the night there were dry lightning storms, it was like strobe lights through my window. I went outside and stood with my face up, smiling. I thought God was taking photographs. And even though I felt kind of silly standing there in my underwear, I figured I needn't be embarrassed. You've seen me in a whole lot less. Some nights, I wake up with a black hole in my chest. It echoes like a beatboxing hurricane and burns like a grandmother's memory. I tried Pepsid AC. It didn't help. I gave a haircut with big sloppy scissors and even made it look sort of nice. Everybody knew it was just a courtesy cut anyway. Probably wouldn't do much for the lice or the bed bugs. I've been looking for my favorite constellations everywhere, but I haven't seen any sign of them yet. The spaces between stars are so different, much wider. I have always relied on the English of others, and this rickshaw named Desire, it's no exception. It is creeping its way towards night on a cement rooftop somewhere off the highway when 19-year-old Ravi begs me to write a love letter for him. It is for Neha, the girl he is in love with. She speaks English, he does not. So he cannot explain to me that this is forbidden, that he is already set to marry whomever his parents choose, but certainly someone within the village, and certainly someone within the caste, and certainly not this someone wrapped in yellow silk who smiles up at me from the photograph he shows me. I write it for him anyway. It has something about the moon, some stars in the sky, the way her eyes sparkle, and how he wishes they could be together always. When I finish writing, he takes it from my hands and reads the entire thing out loud. He doesn't understand a single word, but reads diligently and slowly, looking up at me every so often to make sure he's pronouncing the words correctly. When I hear the words I have written out loud, the words hang in the air between us like bad breath, and I wish that I could take it back and write it over. I would write, Dear Neha, be careful about rooftops. Not about how high they are, but about how quickly your heart beats the faster you climb. Ravi's hands are good for climbing. I like the way he stands behind his mother while she's working, not so much to insist on helping her, but just to let her feel his presence in case she needs him to reach for something on a top shelf. I like that he believes in love letters. His pants are a few inches too short. Have you ever come to visit him here? Probably not. The peacocks are enormous. They sound like cats. Nobody seems to pay them very much mind, but the males dance across all the rooftops in the village, begging for somebody to notice their tails. Good luck with your secret, Sarah. When Ravi reaches the end of the letter, He reads the words, I love you. These are words he understands. He smiles, an enormous smile, and bows his head. On the way back to the car, the translator tells me that Ravi wishes to say thank you. I tell him to tell Ravi good luck, and he does so. Ravi places both hands inside the car window onto my own, saying, Dhanyavad, thanking me for the love letter over and over, Bahut Dhanyavad. He will never marry her, the translator tells me, after we've been driving in the dark for a few minutes. Yes, I say, but he can love her. It is monsoon season, and I watch as tall street corners become riverbanks and potholes become death traps. Not even the rickshaws are safe. The cobra I met in the orchard behind the lantern shed was much smaller than I'd imagined, but the mangoes were just as sweet. That's probably why when we cut one open, a spider crawled its way out.